श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम 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 श्री राम जय राम जय जय श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय 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 राम जय जय राम।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय जय
दर्शन दीजो तुम बिन रहो न जाए। प्यारे दर्शन दीजो तुम बिन रहो न जाए। प्यारे दर्शन दीजो तुम बिन रहो न जाए। जल बिन कमल चंद बिन रजनी। जल बिन कमल चंद बिन रजनी। ऐसे तुम दे प्यारे दर्शन दीजो तुम बिन रहो न जाए। प्यारे दर्शन दीजो तुम बिन रहो न जाए। प्यारे दर्शन दीजो तुम बिन रहो न जाए। जल बिन कमल चंद बिन रजनी। जल बिन कमल चंद बिन रजनी। ऐसे तुम देखो विसजनी। जल बिन कमल चंद बिन रजनी। ऐसे तुम देखो बिन सजनी। आकुल व्याकुल फिर रे न दिन। आकुल व्याकुल फिर रे न दिन। विरह कलेजो खाया। आकुल व्याकुल फिर रे न दिन। विरह कलेजो खाए। तुम बिन रहो न जाए। तुम बिन रहो न जाए। दिवस न भूख नींद नहीं रहना। दिवस न भूख नींद नहीं रहना। मुख सो कह तरावे भैया। मुख सो कह तरावे भैया। कहाँ कहूँ कछु कहत नावे। कहाँ कहूँ कछु कहत नावे। मीन कर तब
Shri Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Jai Ram Om
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Jai Ram Om
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai
Adi, ఇది మైక్ స్వామిజీ, ఇది ఎక్స్టర్నల్ మైక్.
చెప్పరే అవును ఐ హావ్ నో స్పేస్
జయ రామ్ జయ జయ
యువర్ బ్యాటరీ ఇస్ రన్నింగ్ లో
You're disconnected. Just have to plug it.
జయ జయ రామ శ్రీరామ జయ
వన్ హ్యూమన్ బీయింగ్ ఐ యామ్ ఎ హ్యూమన్ బీయింగ్ నో
I'm sorry, Swamiji.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram
Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om.
వేర్ ఆర్ ఇన్ భగవద్గీత
Bhagavad Gita, where are we now?
Somebody knows seventh chapter. I think we finished last. Seventh we finished.
Chapter.
సెవెంత్ ఓవర్
Seventh over.
Over, huh?
Over. And over. Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram. Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om
శ్రీరామ్ జై రామ్ జై జై రామ్ ఓం శ్రీరామ్ జై రామ్ జై జై రామ్ ఓం
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
శ్రీరామ్ జై రామ్ జై జై రామ్ ఓం శ్రీరామ్ జై రామ్ జై జై రామ్ ఓం
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
శ్రీరామ్ జై రామ్ జై జై రామ్ ఓం
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Ram.
శ్రీరామ్ జై రామ్ జై జై రామ్ ఓం
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
శ్రీరామ జై రామ జై జై రామ ఓం
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Ram.
శ్రీరామ జై రామ జై జై Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om to everybody.
Can you hear?
Before we enter into the Bhagavad Gita,
Somebody will just ensure that they can hear us first. We'll ensure that they can hear us first. Because afterwards they'll start saying we can't hear you.
you can hear now. You can hear now. Can you hear?
You lost your network connection.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai
Somebody can speak on this one.
Again lost.
No, here. See? I can see you.
Again lost.
See? Somebody is visible. Oh, it's gone again.
Can you hear now?
Yes, Swamiji.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. So before we take up the Bhagavad Gita, let us have a quick recap of what we were prompted to share.
What they speak, we cannot hear. Now, because of the mic, what they speak cannot be heard. I'll do one thing, Swamiji. We'll remove this mic and we'll keep it like yesterday. Mute this.
Can you hear now?
They are able to hear. No, they have to speak, no? Then only we know. I think it's fine few minutes ago. Must really testing today. Relogging.
Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Is Swamiji audible? Yeah, I think one. No, let's see if this works. Padmama, can you hear?
I'll bring her.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
That is all we need. Now Swamiji can speak from here and you'll be able to hear Swamiji. 1 second. Yeah. Sharing will be done from here. Swamiji talking will be audible from there.
What were we discussing yesterday? Anybody remembers? God is a?
God is a living reality. She's saying God is the author of my being.
God is the author of our being.
Of our being, yeah.
God is the author of?
Our being.
have to link ourselves to the author of our being.
Link yourself to the author of your being.
Unless we link ourselves with the author of our being, our life is in vain. So what does it mean?
God is the living reality.
God is a living reality.
Means what? That is only we are reproducing Papa's words. In our language, what is that?
Heartbeat. Swamiji, Charama is telling heartbeat. Five senses. Five senses.
He is the one who moves us. He is the mysterious power behind all our actions, thoughts.
He is the living reality. That's what he says, but we are trying to understand what is that living reality. When we feel the pulse, we don't need anybody to lecture, we know it is going on, no? So whenever we are in a pause moment, suppose we feel the pulse, will we be able to know that he is the living reality? Think, some device, we are moving our hands and legs. That means the blood circulation goes on. Again we are checking up, do we do anything for the blood circulation? We don't know even that the blood circulates. No? From the physics class or biology class we have seen the teacher telling us that from the heart it goes, that's all, an academic knowledge. But we have not applied our mind to feel that. But now we are trying to apply, we try to finger, no? How does the finger do that? Open and close. So he is the living reality. How am I to understand? The breathing goes on. I as an individual has no role in it. All my five sense organs are working. However, how is it that it is working? What do I do? Like that, suppose we try, it may not be possible during our 17 to 18 hours of the waking time. All of us are busy with so many things. We are not exclusively sitting. Even if we are exclusively sitting, the mind will run riot. So let us do one thing, what is practical? Whenever it is possible. Whenever during our waking time, whenever it is possible for us to apply our mind on these living realities in us, it might help us. The more we are in that, the more time we will be able to dwell on it. But as a spiritual aspirant, that particular word is very, very, very important. God is the living reality. And another thing, yesterday we were prompted to dwell on what? That so far we have been thinking that God is an object of worship. Initially, yes. We develop our faith and devotion to a deity, and we will have some experience also. But then after that, again we feel he is away from us. Papa's explanation of Lord Sri Ram probably might give us some more clarity. When Lord Ram asked Lord Anjaneya, "Who are you?" He said, as a body, I am your servant. As an individual, I am you. As spirit, I am one with you. So as body and the individual, we treat him as separate. but as spirit, we are one with him. So when we develop our faith and devotion towards a deity, we can slowly try to implement this. Or even a guru. Huh? Ah. Because we are all used to this word Papa, By Papa's grace, everything, Papa's. We mean it. It is not something on the superficial plane. We mean that. We know Papa is beyond that form, but still we try to understand him through that form. Perfectly all right. But the only thing is, we should know that he is not away. Papa's own words, Papa Mataji is in everybody's heart, God is in everybody's heart, you are in everybody's heart. Okay, the rest of the two we cannot. Papa Mataji is in Papa is in our heart. Okay. So our chosen deity, or in the form of the Guru, we can take that he is in our heart. He is in our heart, The moment we remember him, we remember the face, the form. It is not that it is nameless or formless. "63 years ago, 62 years ago, Papa dropped the body. 36 years ago, Mataji dropped the body. But still, the moment we think about them, they are with them in full form. Suppose we are a devotee of Shirdi Baba. He dropped the body in 1918. Still, the moment we think he is there. Like that, nothing wrong in bringing the chosen. We should know it is here. It is from your own mind the projection comes. That simple truth we forget. Even quite active, quite alive. That is why Papa says you can have communion with him, dialogue with him. These are all some of the ways by which we try to understand God is the living reality. With name or with form, without name or without form, we can be in touch with him. It's a wonderful article, So let us not get confused at all that it should be abstract, it is nameless, it is formless. No, any way you want. Only thing is, he is a living reality. So when we use the word Papa, Papa saved me this, Papa made me to lose this, Papa made me to gain this, all of us mean that. We are not telling just for somebody's sake. We mean 100%. So now we are trying to add this dimension more. That he is the living reality. That is why he makes us to say those words. Even that very expression has come because of him. So as a sadhaka, this is very important. The three sentence. God is the living reality. Unless we link ourselves with the author of our being, our life is in vain. And then?
Surrender.
Permit him to reveal himself in our heart. Permit him, who is, permit him to reveal himself in our heart. These three words, At the moment, unknowingly, unwittingly, we are not permitting. Unknowingly, unwittingly, we are not permitting him to reveal himself. That is why in some other place, Papa used to say, he is waiting to be known. He is at the doorstep opening the door, but we are not looking at it. One way of expressing it. So we have to permit him to reveal himself in our hearts. So again we repeat, during the hectic moments in our day-to-day life, whether it is family life, professional life, social life, retired life, ashram life, seva life, whatever it may be, okay. It may not be possible for us to hold on to this throughout. So we try to squeeze a few moments every now and then try to look at ourselves and see how he is vitalizing everything in us. After 3 or 4 minutes again we are back to the, doesn't matter. So when we try to develop this habit of getting in touch with him, switching on, switching off, switching on, switching off, we will know electricity will be there. That is why we do this switching on and switching off. That is enough to know that he is there. Then the rest is his responsibility. At the moment he is not stepping out because we have not allowed him. When we wanted to, when we feel that we are doing everything, we are planning, he will not disturb us. He will allow us to do that. So by making us to hear these words, inspiring words, like God is the only reality, unless we link ourselves with the author of our being, our life is in vain. Permit him to reveal himself in our hearts. This is the real mantra. Right from morning till night, whenever there is any opportunity for us to remember, we will do that. Is it becoming somewhat clear?
Yes, Swamiji, yes, Swamiji.
No. Nobody else answers.
Yes, Swamiji, quite clear, Swamiji.
Quite clear. So now we go to our usual Srimad Bhagavad Gita. As we said, our intention, for the sake of newcomers sitting before us, we would like to have a small introduction. We have been told many a time by many Mahatmas that Bhagavad Gita is directly related to the man on the field. Whether he is a family person, whether he is a professional man, whether he is a social person. It is directly addressed to him, not to the man in the cave, not to a renunciate, not to a man who has retired from all activities. It is very much to do with the dynamic life of a grihastha, of a professional, of a social being. But we know this, we have heard this. We have reverence, but unfortunately we have kept it in the shelf. So that is why we were prompted to take up a project initially named as Shelf to Self. And later on he added reverence to relevance. Not merely reverence. And now he finally landed us in Gita touch in daily life. So how does he make us realize that there is a Gita touch in anything and everything that we do, whether we attribute it or not, whether we connect it or not. So this is the background. At the moment we are unable to do it because the mind in its crudity, crude mind. Crude meant not in the negative way. A crude oil, when it is passed through a refinery, it brings out various byproducts useful to the society. Similarly, in our mind, thoughts are there. When the same thoughts are refined, when it passes through, when we transform our mind into a refinery, it comes out in the form of values, personal values, family values, social values, spiritual values, all moral, ethical values come up when we transform our mind into a refinery. Okay, we did not do that because none of us have got that Vedic background. We don't know Sanskrit. Even in our impressionable age, we were not having the freedom to go and learn all these things. We were busy. He made us busy with so many other preoccupations. Now at this age, he gives us all these things. How do I make use of it? So, a few slogas were selected from each chapter, and then try to parade before our mind some of the experiences which we have directly gone through, which we have heard, which we have witnessed, and then try to connect up with the sloga. It may not be 100% get connected, doesn't matter. The moment we are approximating the theme of the sloga with the anecdotes or examples, we are slowly trying to train our mind to allow Gita to enter into us or our entering into the Gita. So through the experience so far lived, we are trying to understand the Gita so that it develops a culture in us, a mindset in us, which will help us to connect Gita in the life to be lived by us from today onwards. Hitherto, what we have lived, we are trying to connect. So that the life to be lived from today, we will also try to connect. This is how Gita, the Gita touch in daily life becomes a reality. This is the background. We have covered about 7 slogas as well as chapters. We go to 8th now. In the stillness between breaths, when all worldly identities fall away, what remains? Chapter 8 of the Bhagavad Gita gently turns our gaze toward this profound question. Entitled Akshara Brahma Yoga, this chapter reveals how the remembrance of the divine at the moment of death is not a sudden miracle, but the culmination of a life lived in inner alignment. Through Arjuna's sincere questions, the Lord explains the nature of the imperishable self, the mystery of life's end, and the path souls takes after death. Yet, the deeper message lies in how we live now, with unwavering focus, sacred remembrance, and surrender in all actions. This chapter refines our understanding of yajna, sacrifice, smriti, remembrance, bhava, feeling, guiding us to shift from anxious effort to anchored awareness. The dying moment becomes a mirror of our living moments. The dying moment becomes a mirror of our living moments. Hence, every thought, word, and deed become an offering, not just for the end, but for the eternal becoming. Let this chapter remind us that death is not the end, but a doorway. And how we live each moment provides the key to the door. This preface itself is very thought-provoking. Please think about it. We are not trying to learn what Akshara Brahma Yoga is. We are trying to learn our own life and death. We have defined what is life for us, what is death for us. So to correctly evaluate things, we will again read that preface. In the stillness between breaths, or when all worldly identities fall away, what remains? We were talking about God is a living reality, Think. Chapter 8 of the Bhagavad Gita gently turns our gaze toward this profound question. Entitled Akshara Brahma Yoga, that is the name of the chapter. This chapter reveals how the remembrance of the divine at the end of death is not a sudden miracle, but the culmination of a life lived in inner alignment. God is the living reality. Suppose we start practicing it. That is inner alignment. Through Arjuna's sincere question, the Lord explains the nature of the imperishable self, the mystery of life's end, and the path souls take after death. Yet, the deeper message lies in how we live now, with unwavering focus, sacred remembrance, and surrender in all actions. This chapter refines our understanding of yajna, remembrance, feeling. Sacrifice, remembrance, and feeling, guiding us to shift from anxious effort to anchored awareness. The dying moment becomes a mirror of our living moments. Just now, before entering, we were reading the introductory part of this book. And on the last page, he has written, it was Papa's 80th year. On the evening of July 25th, 1963, he had a severe heart attack. He felt a choking sensation. He was collapsing. But his two closest disciples, Mother Krishnabai and Swami Sachidananda, managed to take him to his cot. While lying down there, he would suddenly sit up chanting, Hari, 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 Ram. With the name of God on his lips, Papa breathed his last. With all his mind and heart, Papa had adored the sheer sound of the divine name, and it is significant that he even chanted it when he was sinking fast. The devotees were stunned and heartbroken by the suddenness of the end. So there are many such incidents where we find the remembrance comes, either in the form of uttering or in the form of calmness, an anxiety-free mind. So this is what we have to earn now. We cannot earn it by ourselves. We pray to him, we plead, we appeal, we cry. We know that because there is a date of birth, there should be a date of death, inevitable. Whether I like it or not, death is inevitable. So before the body quits and the death happens, you gave me a life, a period from my date of birth to to the date of death. I did not ask for this. You gave me this birth. I did not know why you gave me. So I started assuming, presuming so many things. And I have been running away from this and that all these years. Whenever there is any sense gratification, I run after that. Indulgence, pleasure seeking, hardly recognizing that a day will come when I will quit this body. And what I save now will be my provision for my next journey. If it is only indulgence, I will not be having anything, only liabilities. If I am getting more and more strengthened by moral ethical values, that is my fixed deposits. Reliance on God, surrender to God, feeling the living reality. So let this chapter remind us that death is not the end, but a doorway. How we live each moment provides the key to that door. Doorway to what? The ultimate goal of immortality. Mortal and immortal, life and death. But there is something immortal, Akshara. Kshara means, perishable. Akshara means imperishable. This is the background. Insights that kindle us when we go through this. Time and transition. The soul's departure is influenced by inner state, not outer calendar. Time and transition. The soul's departure is influenced by inner state, not outer calendar. What we remember at death reflects how we lived. The final moment reveals the soul's deepest attachments and focus. Recently, we were blessed to witness two deaths. To confirm this, this is not a theory. A devotee in Hyderabad, when the body was slowly becoming, what do you call it? We can't say lifeless, deteriorating. Deteriorating. When we went there on the one day prior to her death, she was contented, feeling contented. His sons and family members pleaded to get herself admitted. She said no. I personally asked her, holding her hand, anything to be fulfilled, any sankalpas you have? No. You are feeling fullness. She smiled. And next day she dropped the body. Previously, every now and then she will telephone. She used to come and stay, but for the past 1 year or so, she has not been able to come. But every now and then she will telephone. She will just telephone and say, yes, Bayanji, how are you? Yeah. I just wanted to hear your voice. That's all, nothing else. Put the phone. At best she may ask, what is the message? What message? Same message I used to say. But she was trying to reaffirm. Her commitment to that. That's what she was asking the message, not that she has not heard it. So now when we understand, the final moment reveals the soul's deepest constant remembrance shapes destiny. A mind trained to rest in the divine naturally remembers him at the end. Another devotee who dropped the body in the ashram. A day prior to that, she was asked whether you would like to get admitted. She said no. We were with her. She was hearing bhajans which she liked, linking with God thought. Nothing else. Only the last portion, when she was struggling for breath, she used to say, "Give me some breath," that's all. So these are all things which remind us. It's not a philosophy. It is not a person who has lived a life like that, which we may not be able to assess. We may not know at all. But deep within their heart, the commitment is there towards the goal. So constant remembrance shapes destiny. A mind trained to rest in the divine naturally remembers him at the end. The Lord is the supreme refuge. He is the eternal seed, sustainer, the light beyond all lights. This reminds me. When we try to understand He is the eternal seed, we have come from Him. So naturally we go back to Him. He is the sustainer. He has provided everything that we need to sustain our life, For example, the air we breathe. Have we done anything? The water we drink, the space on which we stand, the space in which we move out, the earth on which we stand. Think this Lord sun, rains. These are the things that are necessary to sustain our life. We have not done anything. So not only He is the seed, He is the sustainer and the light beyond all lights. On a new moon day, on an Amavasi day, at midnight, when it is pitch dark, we are sitting alone, everywhere it is only dark. We need a light to know any other object, but we don't need a light to know that we are sitting. That light. That is the light of all lights. Consciousness, awareness. We don't need a light to know that we are sitting. That is the light. Two eternal paths, the bright path of no return, the dark path of return, explain the soul's onward journey. We remember Chinmayanandaji used to tell us in his discourses in 60s, we are on a platform. There is an upward platform and a downward platform. Man, animal man, God man. So by His grace, we have reached the man-man state. But if we try to fall a victim to our senses, we become an animal man. When we try to connect up with something higher, moral ethical values, God man. So two eternal paths. God man, animal man. True yoga is preparation for going beyond death. Every thought, every act becomes a sacred offering that refines us for our final transition. Every thought, every act, He is facilitating us to think, He is facilitating us to act, to refine, so that it becomes an offering to Him. How does it become an offering to Him? That bhava, When we offer a flower at the holy feet of our masters, we don't throw like that, Bhava. When we take the Padatirtha, we don't just drink like that, Reveringly we take. That is the sacred offering. Every thought, every act becomes a sacred offering that refines us for the final transition. A call to live meaningfully, not mechanically. Death is no longer feared when life becomes an unbroken offering. The moment we know that we have not initiated our life, and that power has initiated our life, and the power is justified in taking away the life also, You are starting a vehicle, you have the power to end the vehicle, to stop the vehicle. When the destination is reached, we stop the vehicle and get out. Oh, think. So he has started our engine. He will stop the engine. That's why he said, death is no longer feared when life becomes an unbroken offering. Knowing the imperishable Akshara brings freedom. Beyond changing forms lies the unchanging self, untouched by time. Knowing the imperishable. The greatest success, reaching the supreme state, paramam gatim, is not after renunciation alone, but through devoted, mindful living. Bhakti as the goal, it is not dry intellect or ritual, but loving remembrance that leads to liberation. So these are some of the points, Otherwise, every now and then, suppose we go through that, it might touch and kindle so many contrary factors in us. So this is the background. Now we enter into 10 slokas we have taken up, and this is the sloka chart. Sloka number 5, topic. When we try to connect it with a example, what prompting came to us to give a name, to label it. That is the topic. Clues to the incident. Shloka, first learned. Antakalecha mameva. Segment, personal. There are 4 segments are there, So which segment it answers? Personal, family, professional, student, social. So Gita reaches out to all these segments. 10, okay? Then we will go to the first. Like this, category: personal 3, professional 2, family 2, student 0, social 3. Acceptance. When Ramanathan ji received the news that his illness was terminal, he faced his final days with a serenity that surprised those around him. Instead of succumbing to fear, regret, or clinging to his past achievements or possessions, he chose to spend his remaining time in prayer and remembrance. With gentle joy, he repeated God's name, his heart filled with love and trust, preparing himself for the inevitable transition. His room, once filled with anxiety and sorrow, became a space of quiet devotion and peace. Ramanathan ji's acceptance was not born of resignation, but of deep spiritual maturity. He understood that a life lived solely for sensory pleasures is ultimately shallow and unsatisfying. This profound approach to life's end is beautifully expressed in slogan number 5, chapter number 8 of Bhagavad Gita. Antakalecha mameva smaran mukta kalevaram ya prayadi samsiddhim yati nastastra samsheha. One who remembers me alone at the time of death and leaves the body attains my being. Of this there is no doubt. Solemn assurance given. True fulfillment arises only when we seek something beyond the fleeting material world. For most, the fear of death stems from ignorance and attachments. But for those who have cultivated reflection and devotion, the final moment becomes an opportunity for surrender. The mind, refined through spiritual practice, naturally turns to the divine, not out of desperation, but out of love and remembrance. In 2008, we had witnessed a person telling this to us. He had cancer, terminal disease. He was living very near to us. He used to come here for flower offering and morning program. After when he got sick, he couldn't. So one day when Puja Swamiji was taken from the hospital after dialysis to this, word was sent that he would like to meet us. We went there. We thought he would be lying on the bed. Everybody said he is in a critical stage. But when we there, he came out, received us at the entrance, cheerfully. And then he told us, I have told my wife and children not to become panicky, not to become upset. God has blessed us with everything that is needed. Now the time has come for us to go. So, not only material security, but psychological security was also given by him. Keep on telling them, at least now the body will be relieved from sufferings. And on that night, he went to the bathroom, to the washroom, and there he collapsed. He dropped the body. No anxiety. Sri Krishna ji also was, we were told, they were in Bombay. He had a fall.
It's an inspiration to us also.
It's an inspiration to others.
To others, yeah. That means that all these things that are there in the Bhagavad Gita, it is a reality, no? So when we go through that with that background, we also try to know, we don't give so many prefix and suffix for the word death. It becomes a natural thing. True fulfillment arises only when we seek something beyond the fleeting material world. For most, the fear of death stems from ignorance and attachment. But for those who have cultivated reflection and devotion, the final moment becomes an opportunity for surrender. The mind, refined through spiritual practice, naturally turns to the divine, not out of desperation, but out of love and remembrance. Legacy. Jainul Abidin, the father of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, was a deeply spiritual boat owner in Rameshwaram. Though he had limited formal education, he was a man of wisdom, integrity, and deep inner resolve. He harbored a quiet yet firm sankalpa that his children should live a life of value and service guided by character and knowledge. He could not offer his sons riches or a prestigious lineage, but he offered something greater, a life anchored in simplicity, faith, and a thirst for excellence. His sankalpa was not verbalized often, but it was clear in his lifestyle and prayers that his son may rise and bring good to the nation. Abdul Kalam, growing up in the spiritually charged environment, absorbed his father's ideals. Despite economic hardships, he pursued education with passion, rose to become India's foremost space and missile scientist, eventually the President of India, widely known as the People's President. Dr. Kalam always attributed his values, vision, and integrity to his father's silent, unwavering example and guidance. In fulfilling his own potential, he fulfilled the silent sankalpa of his father to serve not just his family, but the whole nation. Jainul Abidin's silent sankalpa, nurtured through a life of faith and values, remained his abiding inner vision. Absorbed in that ideal, he left behind a legacy that took form through his son, fulfilling the very bhava he lived and breathed, as echoed in slogan number 6 of chapter number 8 of the Bhagavad Gita. Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tejatyande kalevaram tam tamaivaiti kaunteya sadhatat bhava bhavitaha. Whatever one remembers upon giving up the body at the time of death, O son of Kunti, one attained that state being always absorbed in such contemplation. When an individual upholds the noble sankalpa in harmony with dharma, the divine orchestrates circumstances for its fulfillment, often through others, even future generations. Yam yam vyapi smaran bhavam. All these are there in Bhagavad Gita. That is why Swami Chidanji Maharaj had written, looking at you, the world should know who your Guru is. That means we should live the ideal for which the Guru lived. Looking at you, the world should know who your Guru is. Legacy, Because that legacy does not die. Though the person dies. Even today we remember Mahatmas, They live in our mind. They have become immortal. Puja Swamiji was once sharing his thoughts on Puja Papa's Samadhi day. There he mentioned this. We say Papa is eternal, but at the same time say we are observing his Mahasamadhi. It looks paradoxical, no? Then he clarified. We are only observing the day on which the body had been dropped. He is immortal. Aksharam and Ksharam. From there we move to one more. In a bustling town, actor Vinay played the role of a mighty king with such conviction that audiences were mesmerized. Yet, beneath the crown and robes, he never forgot his true identity, a simple man, a devoted husband and father. Every night after the performance ended, he joyfully returned home, aware that losing himself in the role of stage would be delusion. His strength lay in staying grounded, fully engaged in action, yet rooted in self-awareness, echoing the wisdom of Gita in slogan number 7 of chapter number 8. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu maam anusmara yudhyacha mayarpida manobuddhihi mame vaishyati asamshya. Therefore, at all times and in all places, remember me and fight. With mind and intellect fixed on me, you will surely come to me, there is no doubt. Vinay's story echoes Gita's timeless teachings. When the mind remains anchored in the higher reality, we can play our worldly roles with full involvement, without mistaking them of our true identity. There are two identities in us. One is the projected identity and the real identity. Both are valid. Both are valid at the relevant roles, stages, levels. But in our case, we have forgotten our original, identifying ourselves with the projected. That is what. Vinaya's stories echoes the Gita's timeless teaching. When the mind remains anchored in the higher reality, we can play our worldly roles with full involvement, without mistaking them for our true identity. Like Vinay, who never forgot his real self beyond the stage, this constant remembrance keeps us grounded in who we truly are, and no matter what role life assigns to us. Beautiful, oft-quoted Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu Mam Anusmara Yudhyacha. At all places and at all times, remember me and fight the battle of life. We don't want to just keep reading. 3 slokas. First we had that preface and points that kindle, and then Ramanathanji's resignation to the death. Abdul Qadir.
I had a question.
Yeah.
So when he thinks that Krishna is in him and he is fighting, so Krishna is fighting.
He's not fighting. When he's thinking of Krishna and fighting, is Krishna fighting?
Here and he's fighting, and Krishna is fighting.
Krishna is fighting. But he will not think, when he becomes Krishna.
Yeah, but he's
We are thinking because we are retaining the sense of individuality and trying to understand that stage where we identify ourselves.
Yeah.
But in Arjuna's case, he has not reached that stage.
Right.
Arjuna is also like us now, struggling.
Yeah.
But so Lord Krishna says, remember me and fight the battle of life. I have assigned you this role, you fight.
Yeah. Now listening to the Gita,
Ah.
he knows that Krishna is in me.
No.
Krishna is telling you, I am in you.
No.
And Krishna also telling him,
No.
I am in Duryodhana too.
No.
Right?
Correct, yes.
So Krishna,
That is his play. Ah.
Yeah. So now Arjuna knows that Krishna is in me, and Krishna is also in Arjuna. I mean Duryodhana.
Yeah, correct.
Right?
Ah.
So
Krishna is also in Arjuna, Krishna is also in Shakuni.
Shakuni.
It is all his play,
yes, it's all his play.
Play.
And Krishna is fighting with Krishna.
We are unable to understand it because we are retaining our sense of individuality.
Right.
So it is inconceivable for us.
And then he also says, surrender in every action. Right?
Yeah.
So now he surrenders to inner Krishna
Yeah.
and fighting with another Krishna in Duryodhana.
There won't be another fighting, There won't be another Krishna,
Okay.
That is why, the problem is we are retaining the sense of individuality. The moment you become one with Krishna, there is only Krishna there. One electricity functioning in the form of a bulb, through a bulb in the form of light, through fan in the form of breeze, in the form of a heater, in the form of a refrigerator. Each one opposed to each other. But the moment the electricity does not get involved at all, tainted at all. So the moment the bulb identifies itself with the electricity, it will not feel that it is different from fan or thing. It is inconceivable for us at the moment because the sense of individuality is still strong in us. So we will be able to understand this word better when we try to transcend this sense of individuality. Then what happens? It cannot be explained. He is behind. Papa's one quotation we always remember. Behold divinity in every aspect of this world Leela. Verily, it is He at play in all beings and in all creatures. To us, it is a statement. But we keep the statement and try to move toward that.
But as you said in the morning, everything has a role
To play.
So now it's Arjuna's role to play to fight. Duryodhana.
Yeah.
Right? So for him, he doesn't have an ego to fight or an anger to fight, but to role to play.
Just fight.
Yeah.
So you are functioning, when you are functioning as a householder, think that this is the role He has given to you. When you go to the field of profession, when you are dealing as a professional, think that this is the role He has given to you. When you are with your friends, this is the role He has given to you as a social being. Like that, we have to train ourselves. That is the purpose of the Gita. Role has been defined, but the human birth has been given by Him. He has provided the field, he has provided the role. Because we do not know that, because we start only from me and mine, confusion is still there in our mind. So we are trying to get it clarified. Again, the old self comes and stands before us. The one behind the self, we have to realize and then function. These quotations, you can take a photograph and carry it. What is the second one? It is not good hanging on to the external form of the Guru for all time. You contemplate upon the form of... you? Contemplate, no? What did I say? Concentrate. You concentrate upon the form of the Guru for withdrawing your mind from other objects of the world. Only so far worship of the Guru helps you, because the mind cannot at once melt in the impersonal. This is an impersonal aspect. All sadhanas are intended to still the mind and finally eliminate it in order to become established in the self. The test of the right sadhana is attainment of joy. There are so many who are doing sadhana. They do not know why they are doing it. Their conception of God is very limited and narrow. They must have in the first place a right conception of God before they try to attain Him. The disciples can look within and guidance only if they stop looking upon somebody outside for guidance. What is needed is that you should turn your mind within, and the best thing for that is remain where you are and practice the disciplines prompted from within, and finally get the divine illumination. You should feel His presence within yourself by constant remembrance. Then you will realize Him within and know ultimately that you are He. If you worship God outside in any form, your mind is externalized, and from that form it goes to other forms or objects, and our mind remains as distracted and as restless as ever. You must have a sadhana which is independent, not dependent upon external condition, form or environment. Wherever you are, you must be able to tune yourself with God within. So we have been trying to understand, the doubt was, Krishna is there in Arjuna, Krishna is there in Duryodhana, Krishna is there in the war field, Krishna is there in righteousness, Krishna is there in unrighteousness, and He plays through different forms. We cannot ask the why and whereof. Because that is the world leader. We can ask the why and whereof if we have a different source, from where we have come. When we ourselves have come from Him, it is illogical and irrational to ask these questions to Him, because He is our source. He confused. He says that is His Leela. We can take Him into task. You can have your Leela, but why should you make me restless? Then He will, in His own way, He will answer us. We can ask. I have heard many devotees, ardent devotees, taking Him into task. And they get the answer.
So why so many lives we spend to understand this?
Why so many?
Lives.
Ah.
Why so many lives?
We have been told that so many lives we were living because we did not know the source. And this today He makes us to hear the real source. So forget about the lives lived. At least let us now start the account. Because that is going to be only academic, not going to help us. So we infer that we did not plunge into that because we were not knowing our source. Now through Bhagavad Gita, in 7th chapter, he had specifically mentioned in two. Here also he has mentioned one, that I am the bijam of everything, I am the source. And then let us not confuse that it is the form of Krishna. Vinobaji, while writing comments about Bhagavad Gita, what is that word? He says, it reveals Arjuna's straightforwardness and honesty. The word Arjuna, in fact, means one who is honest and straightforward. He candidly told Krishna all that he felt and thought, hid nothing from him, and ultimately surrendered to him totally. In fact, he was already his devotee. While he made Krishna his charioteer and entrusted to him the reins of his horses, he had got ready to give into his hand the reins of his mind also. Let us do likewise. Now, this is the message. Let us not get caught in the fallacy that Krishna was a historical person. Everybody is Krishna, residing in his heart as the indwelling self. He is nearer to us than the nearest. Let us bare our heart with all its impurities and weaknesses before him and say, O Lord, I take refuge in you. You are my sole guide, my master. Show me the right path. I shall follow it. If we do so, Arjuna's charioteer will be our charioteer too, and we shall hear the Gita from his own lips, and he will lead us to victory. So from the historical person, we try to understand as Papa defined it, the subtle and mysterious power. Krishna stands for the subtle and mysterious power. He has been with us, he is with us. We have forgotten him. We are praying to him. You made us to forget about you, made us to confine ourselves within the framework of me and mine. At least now you have facilitated us to know intellectually that you are there within me, propelling, activating, and everything in me. But why don't you make me aware of your presence? This is the message of Gita. More of it tomorrow. So those who have got the 8th chapter, please go through that. We have not covered any slokas. We have only selected 10. How many slokas are there in that? There are 28 slokas, out of which we have taken only 10. And Antakalecha Yadaksharam Omityadaksharam Mamupetya Punarjannam Bhutagramam Avyaktam Purusham Yatrakalam Agnir Jyoti Dhumo Vedeshu Yajneshu Tapasacheva. Okay. Those who have that, please go through that, so that in the next 10 slokas whatever we have selected, whatever we have covered now, the 3 slokas, we may get some more revelations, some more kindlings we may get. Idea is not to get stuck with the example there. That is only a pad, from which we can go upward. A supporting pad, that's all, not more than that. Because we can't say directly it is linked, but it helps us to understand the sloka. So, this is a ceremony. This is not a discourse. So, we are all trying to understand Gita better in a collective way. So, kindly with that background, we will go ahead sloka by sloka. Hari Om. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om
Shri Ram, Jai Ram,
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om, Hari Om.
Pranam Swami.
Pranam,
Pranam
pranam,
Swami.
pranam.
Namaskaram Swamiji.
Namaskar, namaskar. Hari Om, Hari Om.
Namaskaram Swamiji.
Namaskar, namaskar. Hari Om, Hari Om.
Narayana. Narayana. Pranam, one and all. One and all.
This was not working with us. This went off. I have not